Good morning, everyone. We are on our way to the trout spot now. What is going on, everyone? Steve here. Welcome back to another episode. Today is actually Easter and also the opening weekend of spring trout season here in New Jersey, which is pretty cool. Yesterday I was able to get out after work and I went to one spot and I managed to get my first trout of the spring on the spinning rod, but I let the fish go. It's a tradition for me every season to let the first fish of the year go for good luck. And after that, I didn't see really anything else at that spot. I decided to come out Easter morning here, a spot pretty close to my house, and let's see if we can get on some spring trout here on opening weekend. Starting off here with just a simple egg pattern and nymph. These fish are definitely in here, and this is a pretty busy spot, so they saw a lot of pressure yesterday. So I have a feeling we're gonna have to change it up, see what they want. So right here I'm putting on some rainbow colored power bait, and at this time of the morning, once that sun came up, it was like all these people started showing up, and I really wasn't trying to make that much noise. So I'm gonna voice this over a little bit, but I got the first fish of the morning right here on that rainbow colored power bait. I also want to note that all of these fish here were bonked before they were put on the stringer, so they were no longer alive at that point. So after that, I ended up catching one more fish on the green power bait to make it 4 trout, and after this one, they pretty much stopped biting the power bait, so I had to change it up again. So I decided to pick the fly rod back up, and I ended up getting this next one on just a small pheasant tail nymph. So this was the only fish that I caught on the fly rod, and I switched it up one more time after that, and I caught the biggest one of the day here on something completely different. Just a small little crappie bait that I use in the spring. You can see that in his mouth right now, and I end up talking about it here shortly. Here, have Easter.
Yeah.
Alrighty guys, so we got the limit now, And yeah, I was just trying to be quiet out there because it seemed like when I got there was nobody here, but when the sun came up, it seemed like everybody started moving into the spot. Next thing you know, I was shoulder to shoulder, so I didn't want to try to make any extra noise. But we got it done. We got the limit, got that beautiful trout there towards the end. And yeah, that is a opening weekend trout limit right there. I think a lot of people had the same idea on their mind. You know, people know if you fish the area for long enough where the fishing game puts the fish. So this was a pretty hot spot here, but we made it work. Once we get into the season a little bit, the trout will move around, and this spot was close to home, so it was a nice little quick stop, quick trip to get on some trout. The pretty interesting thing is they were like super finicky in there, but I was able to try to figure them out a little bit. I got a few of them on the power bait, I got one on the fly rod, and then I got the last one there on, I don't think I showed it, but I was literally just going through the tackle box trying to throw something that's different. And that is just like a little shad that I use for crappie, and the big one actually hit that. So yeah, sometimes you just gotta, when you're on those trout, those really finicky trout, and they've been pressured, they see a lot of different types of baits, you just gotta throw something different. Try something different, you never know. But now it's time to pack it up and go and cook those fish up. Let's go do that now. All right, everyone, we're back in the kitchen and we're gonna start cooking this up. I'm gonna make trout almondine, which is a really easy French dish. Basically trout, almonds, and a nice little brown butter with some lemon. And I'm gonna serve it with some French beans, and that's about it. Let's get started making this. Trout almondine is also like such an easy, quick recipe. Super great to do if you want a nice, delicious meal that doesn't take super long. This is that one bigger trout of the bunch. It's got really nice looking meat right off the bat. Just keep going along that rib bone there, that spine. You get all the way out through to the end. Gosh, really nice looking meat. Good color for a nice stock fish. Now we're just gonna take these rib bones out here. Try to keep that belly meat, but it gets thin right around that part. Take those fins off. Now I just put this in the light so it's easier to see, but I lost my fish tweezers, but I got some little needle nose here, and you're just gonna take out those pin bones. Really just, they're so fine, and you'll just pull. They probably got about like 15, 18 of these pin bones like this. You know that they're right here because if you run your knife, you can hear those. All right, now that we have the trout filleted, I'm just gonna cut up some fingerling potatoes here for a little side dish. Then we're just gonna drizzle some olive oil on those, a little bit of salt, pepper. Then I'm just gonna pick some thyme leaves, just sprinkle that on there, and we'll get those in the oven, 400 degrees. Now I'm just gonna blanch these green beans just for a little bit. Now we're just gonna strain them out. Nice little park hook on those guys. For the trout, I'm gonna season that with some salt and pepper first. You can do it on the skin side too. We'll be cooking the skin. Then we're just gonna sprinkle a little flour on it. That's gonna help us get a nice little crust, help our sauce out a little bit. Then I'm just gonna chop up a little bit of parsley for the sauce. If you make it all into a really nice little bunch like this, then when you chop it, you don't have to chop it as much. Perfect. Alright, we're gonna go in here with a little bit of oil. You can put a little bit of flour in there. See if it's hot enough. Just about ready. Now I'm gonna lay the trout in. What I do, I'm just gonna give the skin side a little press. See, the trout skin's gonna wanna curl up. But when you press it down, it'll hold its shape. Perfect. And just let that cook until we get a nice little crisp. It's about time for the flip. There we go. The skin kind of separated here from there a little bit, but that is just fine. Gonna lower that down, add some butter, a little bit of thyme. We'll just baste it just a little bit. Over here, I'm just gonna get some butter in there. Give a little saute on those green beans, a little seasoning. Oh man, that smells so good. Gonna let that rest. Now I'm gonna add more butter and the almonds. A lot of butter. That's what makes this trout so good. Nice, now we're getting a little toast on that. And add our parsley. Let it just like fry up in there. Some capers. Oop. Some capers. Now we're in frame. That's perfect. Nice and toasted. The lemon juice helps stop the cooking process. Add a little acidity. A little bit of green bean. Add that beautiful rainbow trout. Oh man, there's the sauce. Just take some of that. Right over the top. Get all those little drippings. A little bit of lemon for the top. Finish it with just a little more parsley. That right there is a nice, quick and easy trout almondine. Looks so good. Can't forget about the fingerling potatoes. Nice little side dish there too. Looks so good. Let's give it a shot. A little classic little recipe, a little quick one. Let's give it a shot.
It smells so good.
It's a classic for a reason. Man, it's got such good flavor.
The almonds are so good. With the capers and the lemon. I'll try potato.
Oh my gosh. Gives it such like a really good citrus flavor to it.
Oh, that potato's delicious. I mean, look at that potato.
Need something to drink. What do you want? Have a grill. Come on, Laura.
Y'all gotta twist my arm.
Ah, much better.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for dinner.
You're welcome. Yeah. Needed that. The almonds, you get like that. You get like a really nice toasted flavor. And then just the brightness that the capers and the lemon bring to it. Trout's
Yeah.
got like a nice little crust on the skin too. So it's almost like a little bit like a little potato chip on there. Really simple, really delicious.
I want those almonds on everything.
Oh,
Those are so good.
dry potato, little side dish.
Potatoes are good.
Just a classic roasted potato. All right, guys. That's about it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. That was a fun one. Good start to the trout season, and hopefully more fish from there, more cooking videos too. So thank you all so much for watching. Really appreciate it. And until we catch or cook something else, I'll see you next time on The Line Cook. Take care, guys. Cheers. Oh man, the potatoes were so good, but we just barely made a dent.
Because the fish was too good.
Mara's got leftovers though. Take care, guys.